Hi guys, it's your Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today I'm reacting to 7 things about Sweden that would shock Americans. And I'm getting this one from Eric Payne. The link will be in the description below so you can go over and show his channel some love. All right, guys, Eric Payne. So he's an American living in Sweden and he's talking about 7 things that will shock you as an outsider going into Sweden. All right, so come on in, right back with a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular schmegulas, day one, sweetie pie, sweetie poos, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Now let's get into this video. Here we go, right about now.
It's 5,000 miles in between Sweden and Oklahoma, right smack dab in the middle of the US where I'm from. And after living here in Stockholm for half a year, I have a very long list of things that Swedes do that would probably shock a lot of Americans. But for this video, I'll start with 7.
All right, here we go. 7 fun facts about Sweden.
Hey, I'm Eric Payne, and I'm an American living in Sweden. I used to be a TV news reporter in the US until I moved to Stockholm in April, and now you're stuck with me here on YouTube.
Oh.
Number 1 on my list is the shoehorns. Let's just do this first one like a Band-Aid and just rip it off. We'll get the most controversial thing I'll ever say out of the way. Everyone here in Sweden has at least one or several of these in their homes here. And if you don't know what they do, they basically help you put on your shoes.
Look, I've been around the world, okay? Whatever it is, I'll understand. There is nothing about this I understand.
I think these are overrated unless you're older or physically can't bend down easily to put on your shoes. So you will never see me use one of these, and that's all I have to say about it.
Into exile. I must go.
Number 2.
Okay, the shoes horn. I was like, what are you talking about? Until I saw the demonstration. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Anything to make you put that shoes, because sometimes you really do have difficulty putting on your shoes. And it doesn't have to be necessarily you have to be sick or you're old or anything like that. I think that's a good idea. Instead of sometimes you're pushing your finger in and swooping your fingers back just to put that shoes on. Because a lot of times when you buy shoes, you're not buying shoes that your foot is gonna swim in. You understand? So yeah, especially new shoes. I ain't see nothing wrong with that. But to each his own. Here we go. Let's move it on to the next one.
When you go to a restaurant in Stockholm for either lunch or dinner, your portion size is going to be the same. And despite that portion difference, your lunch is still going to be cheaper. And it's great. You're basically getting free food. But that's different from a lot of places in America where when you go and ask for the lunch portion, it's going to be cheaper, but it's also going to be a lot smaller than your dinner portion. Number 3 on my list, when you...
True. Because there's a lunch price and there's a dinner price. Anywhere you go in the US, when you buy food during the lunchtime, it tends to be cheaper than dinner on what's on the dinner menu. And the portion is smaller than what is on the dinner menu. But he's saying that what you guys do is like one size fit all. Whether it's lunch or dinner, the sizes don't change. The portion amount is the same. Interesting. Okay.
You go to a grocery store or some other stores in Sweden, the cashier is usually sitting down. And if you're a Swede, you're thinking, that's just common sense, right? No.
We don't have that in America.
For some reason, it's frowned upon for cashiers to sit and work at a lot of stores in the US. And some people get really upset when they see cashiers sitting and working. But don't take my word for it. Here's some proof. I went to Quora and random Americans are saying things like, this is not Europe. To sit is to be seen as lazy. Only Aldi cashiers sit in the USA. I am a cashier in the United States for 24 plus years. And in my opinion, sitting on your butt while ringing up people purchases don't look professional. I mean, that's why I don't like Aldi's. Plus, Aldi's is a generic store. And in my opinion, their food is not all that good. And also my personal favorite, because other countries are lazy and not in the shape, health-wise, as we are. And that one's especially stupid because according to the Bloomberg Global Health Index, the US is the 35th healthiest country in the world. That's behind Sweden and also pretty much every single European country. Sweden is ranked 6th, by the way. All right, number 4.
Okay, because I was like, where is he going with this? But after hearing him and reading comments made by some people, I'm like, are these people serious? Then I started thinking, I've never walked into anywhere and see a cashier sitting down when you think about it, unless you go into a bar. Well, that's in Jamaica. Not in the US, because they're standing there as well. Not only that, how dare you say because they're lazy? Have you stopped to take a look around here in the US? Like, seriously, where, yeah, it's concerned, everybody's like, including myself. I'm not, and I'm like, seriously, that's your answer. And look where the ranking is. Because when he said it, I'm like, whoop, there you have it. Majority of the world is much on the slimmer side than we are, or healthier side than we are when you think about it. So it's I think that should be the case, because sometimes you're on your feet and you get tired. You do get tired. Why not sit? It has nothing to do with laziness, and it nothing to be with rude. Jeez, weeds people.
Or on the list, there are a ton of parents walking around with strollers here in Sweden.
We need to talk.
Okay.
About the BABEE.
A big part of that is because everything is super walkable here in Sweden, but it's also a really big part of the culture that both of the parents are generally really involved in kids' lives. You can also see that with the really generous paid maternity and paternity leave that's mandated by the government, and all the companies are pretty accepting of it as well. Let's talk about the weather here in Sweden. There's a really popular phrase that's there.
Did he say that male and female get time off maternity and paternity leave in Sweden? What? Are you serious? And it's mandated? Now, guys, that for me right there is a shocker. But I can understand the stroller. I see a lot of people use stroller here, but I'm in Alaska, so maybe it's different in other states, but or where he's from, Oklahoma. But I'm like, so many, because there's a lot of walking trails. We have a lot of walking trails here, and we do a lot of walking here too. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of trails all over. But I don't think that's a shocker. That wouldn't shock me, because even when I go to New York, I see a lot of people, and they always have strollers too, a lot of strollers, even when you're heading on the train. So that one, I don't think that's a shocker. Maybe I think he's young and don't see that much where he's at, I'm assuming.
There is no bad weather, only bad clothes. And that kind of hints at the incredibly boring weather here in Sweden. I mean, you have your spring, you have summer, fall and winter here is not the best generally, but I am here to report that there is definitely a such thing as bad weather, and you can go to this entire section of the US to find it. In a lot of the Midwestern US, you're glued to your TV when storms.
Yep.
There's nonstop weather coverage, weather-related TV specials, and storm chasers. The meteorologist at the Tulsa station that I worked at was basically a household legend, and I'm not exaggerating.
He is the king of the Tulsa weather scene. We call him Travis Meyer.
There's Travis Meyer memes like this one, and then there was one that was made into stickers, and then there was this one, and it doesn't even stop there because one business sold these Travis Meyer candles. So people take their storm season weather very seriously in parts of the US, like in Oklahoma. And since I moved to Sweden, I have not had to look at my weather radar once.
Wow.
So what are you waiting for?
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess.
Number 6 on my list of things in.
Okay. I'll agree with him when it comes on to the weather in the lower 48. People are always glued to their screens and wondering what's next, what's coming, depending on the state that you're in. But as for me, here in I don't even watch news. I just hear, picking up the kids from school. I'm like, there might be snow tomorrow. So I don't worry about that at all. So the weather should be good though, because he's saying you have your regular. Why would it be boring though? I don't get it. Because you're not running up and down from a tornado or buttoning down for a storm. That's an interesting word to use. boring.
In Sweden, that would be a culture shock to Americans. Swedes love queues. When you're at a lot of stores here in Stockholm, odds are there's probably a queue unless it's a grocery store or another small shop. So even if there's nobody else in the store, you should probably be prepared to pull a number from a machine and wait until an employee brings up your number.
What?
And finally, if you live closer to the
Okay, so I have to select a number. If it's not a little local store, you have number selected and your number call, you have to wait in line whether there's nobody there or not. That's interesting to me. Now that would be a shocker because I'm like, ain't nobody here. I can just walk up. You say, nope. Queuing is, I know there's a lot of queuing in the UK, but this is an interesting one. To be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie.
equator and have a somewhat normal amount of sunlight at nighttime across the year, then you're going to be pretty shocked when you're here in Sweden. Winter is pretty rough. December 21st is the shortest day here. It has only 6 hours of sunlight, but when you get to the summer here in Sweden, it's great. It's almost never dark. On June 21st, the longest day, there's more than 18 hours of sunlight.
No, it's nice. I think this might be it. Wow. Hey, look, you guys, the sun's rising.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe.
That's a nice video. I ain't gonna lie. Very to the point, and that's pretty much it. That's what he did. He's like, let me get straight to the point. When it comes on to the winter and the summer here, that wouldn't shock me at all, because here in Alaska, I did a video before seeing about your guys' winter and summer, and it reminds me of Alaska. It's the same thing. The northern lights pop out in the summertime, like he said. In December, we have the shortest days. I think it's June. It is December 21st too, here, and then the longest day up to 18 to 20 hours a daylight. So that's not nothing new to me. So I wouldn't be shocked about something like that, because Alaska, like I said, it's like I'm looking through a mirror, looking at Sweden and Alaska having the same kind of weather and the same kind of summer. Because Alaska, well, I don't know if you guys know, it's called the land of the midnight sun. Yeah, the sun ain't going nowhere in the summertime, and I love it. It's just beautiful to see. And in the wintertime, it's to me, it's like a winter wonderland. It's beautiful. Can be treacherous, cold, but he said something early up in the video. There's no such thing as, I think he said, a bad weather. You just have to dress properly, which is in fact, because people always say, how do you handle that, the winter there? You just have to dress properly. And nothing wrong with the winter. Just dress accordingly. That's it. Well, that's it from your island girl. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What you think from what he said about the 7 things that would shock an American if they visit Sweden. What do you guys think as Swedes? Do you think he did a good job is explaining certain things, or like those could never be shocker because, you know, there are other parts of in the United States that has those similar things, except for the queuing. So I'm running out of here. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget the link is in the description below if you want to go over and check it on Disturb. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like me to check out next. Be good, be kind, be safe, love each other, and I'll definitely catch you guys in another video. Bye.